Good afternoon, brothers and distinguished guests. I'm deeply honored to receive the Reginald F. Excellence in Business Award, especially in front of the men who have shaped me, sharpened me, and helped me become the man I am today. Now, what most people don't know is that my New York journey actually started in 2007. I was working as a production assistant on the Keisha Cole show. And I had the opportunity to meet this other brother. His name was Christopher Alvarez. And because we were the lowest on the totem pole, we actually had the opportunity and the honor to drive equipment from Atlanta to Miami. Yeah, it wasn't really an honor. On that 13-hour journey, we did at least 100 miles the entire way, avoided cops. There was some birthday cake and some other missions that we will not speak of because we are grown now. And so he and I, we built that bond. And shortly after, 6 months after completing that project, I actually came to New York. I was auditioning to be a host for MTV. I had done a VJ countdown down in Atlanta, and I came up to audition. And during my time, I hit Chris. I'm like, Chris, hey man, I'm coming to New York. I don't know anything. Can you show me the ropes, show me how things go up there? And he's like, yeah, no problem. And so then I came up, and he and his family, his mama, Annie Alvarez right there, Chris, Pops, Thomas, Jarrell, his brother, Relly, and his sister Maisha, they all welcomed me to their home in Jamaica, Queens. So that's where I first landed when I came to New York. And it was an interesting time, great experience. But Mama Annie, she spoke to my foster mother at the time, and she said that she would always take care of me. And she's kept that promise, so I'm very, very grateful for that. And Pops Thomas, he told me that I was his son, when we went down to the family reunion in North Carolina. And I just really appreciated being embraced and being taken into this family, because as you heard, I'm from the Bay Area, Vallejo, California, say it backwards, 707. But if you know anything about my New York journey, it was an interesting one. When I got here within my first year, I couldn't find steady work, so I actually ended up homeless. And so I was sleeping on the train, sleeping outside, sleeping on people's floors in their apartments in order to pursue my dreams. And eventually I got my first real job, and that was as a janitor at PS7 on 120th in Lexington in Harlem, East Harlem. And it was Chris's best friend's dad, Mr. Lester Edwards, that actually gave me that opportunity. And this man taught me so much about manhood, fatherhood, and also African-American history, and how strong it is that we are as a people. And in that, there came a point in time where I actually couldn't walk. I fell down some stairs and I was unable to walk. And so as a janitor, you have to clean the classroom, so on and so forth. And, I had my 2 floors. It was a 4-story building. I had my 2 floors. The other janitor had another 2 floors. And in order for me to, let me just say this man did my work for me in order to keep me employed so that I can get health insurance in order to get better. And when I got better, he then told me, and I quote this, he says, son, if you don't quit by this particular date, I'm going to fire you because you don't belong here. You've got bigger things to do, and it's your responsibility to go out and impact the world. And that was his belief. That was love. That was an aspect of paternalism, long before I even knew what the word meant, long before I even wore this diamond. And then there's Miss Marie Dutton Brown, the godmother of my New York City experience. I rented from her for 11 years in Harlem, and she saw me through all of the triumphs and all of the failures. From my time working in the fashion industry, because that's where I started at, to becoming an author, to becoming a radio host, to becoming a podcaster, international speaker, traveling the world, and the birth of the Create Your Life series. To the year where I couldn't get out of bed because I was depressed, when I was lost in the pursuit of my dreams, when family and people had turned their back on me, and I still needed to find a way. She supported me through all of that. And she taught me a few really, really important lessons. The first one, she used to always say to me, you're an original. Even if you try to be like other people, you can't be like other people. And that comes at a price, but don't sacrifice your peace. And then she said the second thing, don't compare yourself, because I had this vision board, and I wanted to be like these moguls and these people. And so I used to be depressed, like, why am I not like these people yet? Why have I not achieved these dreams? Why have I not done this stuff? And she came to me and she said, don't compare yourself to somebody else's finished product. Nobody talks about the 11 years in the basement, the 4 a.m. wake-up calls. The 4 a.m. mornings, right? Nobody talks about those things. Nobody talks about their failures, but that's the stuff that makes them good on their journey and good in whatever their level of success is. And then the last thing that she taught me, or one of the other things that she taught me, is life is a marathon. You can't run this race trying to be someone else. You got to stay true to you. These 3 lessons have kept me grounded no matter what room I walk into, whether it be in Harlem or it be globally. And here's the divine part. Miss Brown actually worked and knew Reginald F. Lewis personally. She used to talk to me about this man and his legacy and who he was as a person long before I was able to even fathom sitting up here and receiving an award in his name. That's divinity, that's divine. And so I also got to say to my brother, Chris Alvarez, man, if Miss Brown is the godmother, then you are definitely the godfather of my experience, bro. You've always kept me from falling all the way down. And I want to say thank you, man, I love you. And to Mama Annie, Chris, Miss Brown, and Mr. Edwards, y'all are all here today. Can y'all please stand so these people can give y'all the recognition and love that you deserve? And to my roots, 707 Vallejo, California. Say it backwards. Thank you to everyone who gave me a foundation to be able to be here. Kiana Brown, Mary and Kim Jackson, Pelton Stewart, Fillmore Graham, Mike Stu, Evelyn Polk, Ms. Carrie S. Wilson, Ricardo Henley, Coach Steen, Coach Turner, Coach Johnson, Tony Gross, and so many others. If I left you out, please blame my head, not my heart.
Create your life. Create your life.